Now, it was a landmark night for Irish food and hospitality recently, and for Clare in particular, as the Michelin Guide ceremony was held in Ireland for the very first time. And there was strong Clare representation on the stage. The Carrigaholt native Barbara Nealon took home the prestigious Michelin Service Award for her work at St Francis Provisions in Kinsale, while artisan producer Siobhán Ní Gharbaith, of course, of St Tola's goat's cheese fame, was also present on the night, proudly showcasing Irish cheese to an international audience. And they both join us now. And good morning to you both. First off, Barbara, congratulations on winning the Michelin Service Award. What was going through your mind when your name was called?
Hi, good morning. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you this morning. What was going through my mind, honestly, I think like my whole life flashed before my eyes. My mind went blank and full at the same time. It's really hard to describe. It was very overwhelming. It was very, very, exciting and unbelievable. Honestly, I'm still processing the information and thinking about the moment and still having a lot of feelings about it, I suppose.
Yeah, and Siobhán, you were there on the night showcasing Irish cheese. What was the atmosphere like? And especially given that Ireland was hosting the ceremony for the first time, which no doubt added to it being a special occasion.
Yes, good morning, Alan and Barbara. Lovely to speak to you both. The atmosphere was absolutely electric because this was like the Oscars of the food industry, and was the very first time it had come to Dublin. Thanks to LaRousse Foods, who had coaxed Michelin to come. But you had the stars of the hospitality industry, including new stars like Barbara, but famous ones that we will have here in our own county, like Robbie McCauley, who his Michelin star for the Homestead Cottage. Then we had international stars like Gordon Ramsay, Claire Smith, Gordon, who presented Barbara with her fantastic award. But the atmosphere was electric, and it was a huge opportunity for to showcase Irish produce of its best. And I was fortunate to be one of only a handful of producers who were asked to go to the event and to meet these fantastic people who have been so creative and so good at promoting Irish products and using Irish products.
I wonder, Barbara, even though he was giving you an award for, a thoroughly deserved award, was there still a part of you that was fearful of getting that award from Gordon Ramsay? Because when I think of him, he's usually berating somebody for substandard food.
Oh my gosh, no, not at all. He was very, very warm, and I thought his words at the beginning of the ceremony were very thoughtful, and they were, very insightful. So it was an absolute thrill to meet him, and he was very kind and lovely in person. Yes, absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about your own story. How does someone from Carrigaholt end up down in the Rebel County? And tell us about St Francis Provisions in Kinsale. Is that something you set up yourself, or did you come into it? Or?
Yeah, sure. So I guess I just have to correct the beginning. I'm actually from Doonaha, which is a small village between Kilkee and Carrigaholt on the Shannon River side. And
a lovely part of Clare, I might add.
From Carrigaholt, but my husband's family are from Carrigaholt originally, the Healy's. So my parents moved there when I was 3 to Doonaha, so I grew up in West Clare. And how I came to be in and I worked in all the local restaurants in Kilkee, and that is where I developed a real passion for hospitality. I was working for the Hawk family in Stella Maris Hotel for years, and in their flagship restaurant, Pirtles, which many people who visited Kilkee in the 90s will remember. I remember my first opportunity given a chance to host when our manager needed a night off, and I was absolutely thrilled. So I think I caught the hospitality bug quite early, but I did go to art school and study to become an artist, and I worked as an artist for many years in Dublin. And all the while working in hospitality, I used to sell West Clare oysters in the Temple Bar food market every Saturday for John McInerney, who was a grower back there in Quirn. And I always maintained, a foot in the hospitality door throughout my art career, eventually moving fully into the food world. In 2008, because I just fell in love with the industry. I fell in love with produce. Working in farmers markets is, you're really at the source of what is so special about our industry, and the incredible producers and farmers and the people who create the raw materials, I suppose, that the chefs are working with. This is the real gift. And I think that, combined with our natural affinity for hospitality in Ireland, gives us something really incredibly special.
Yeah, it really does. And the award you won was for service. Michelin praised your relaxed and personal approach to service. Tell us more about St. Francis Provisions and the key to great service. Is it just about liking your customers, or is there more to it than that?
Yeah, honestly, I know I said that in the moment, and I wish I had said something more eloquent, but really, I think that good service comes down to your intention. What is your intention with your business? Is it to take care of people? And if your intention is there and your intention is rooted in care and love and, creating moments of joy, then your service will flow from there. So I did really mean that when I said liking your customer, because, if that's not at the root, then what are you doing? And everything that comes into our restaurant, the cheese, the meats, the vegetables, all of the people at the root of those products have an intention of care and love towards the land, towards what they're doing. And those things flow in your service, and they make our job easy. Our chefs make our job easy. Our producers make our job easy. We're just communicating care and consideration and love that starts in the ground, in communities, and we're sharing that with people. I worked in America for 8 years before moving home to Ireland 8 years ago. So I was in San Francisco, and I worked for companies there that were very, very rooted in the farm-to-table movements, and I learned a lot about what the kind of place I wanted to open. And that's why St. Francis it's called St. Francis. It's named after the city of San Francisco as an ode to my time there and everything I learned about food and community, and how how food can really create community and make communities stronger and more bonded together.
Yeah, well, it seems to have been a real success for you, and you now proudly have that Michelin Service Award. The overall opportunity or shop window aspect of hosting the awards, Siobhán, how beneficial was it? From a producer's point of view, to host the Michelin Awards as a chance to showcase Irish food and Irish cheese on an international stage.
Oh, it was a huge opportunity. It was the Michelin Awards for Britain and Ireland, but you had journalists from all over Europe attending it, and chefs from all over Europe attending it as well. And I got the opportunity to meet chefs who I would never have met before, who were actually using our cheese, which I wouldn't have realized, because they would be buying it indirectly from us. But it was also an opportunity to meet other chefs and showcase the best of Irish produce. LaRousse Foods were the people catering on the evening, and they really brought out the best of the best. We had the likes of Flaggy Show oysters there, St. Ola cheese, but a whole range of other cheeses and shellfish and seafood. It was a huge opportunities like this are very rare, and as the old Irish saying, "Another's anna visuntuk," what's rare is beautiful. And this, as I said, was a very rare occasion, because it was the first time that the Michelin British and Ireland Awards came to Ireland. Hopefully it will not be the last time, because it was such a good showcase. And also from a tourism perspective, it had huge value, because you were getting come to the country. They were staying for a couple of days, promising to return again. And as part of the Burren Egram network that both Flaggy Shores and ourselves are in, huge tourism benefit as well. Because Dublin was looking great, the convention centre was held, was lit up, so well done, as was Samuel Beckett Bridge. I mean, you couldn't pay for this. You couldn't pay for this rare opportunity,
no.
And it was so positive. And we'll see the benefits for this for a long time to come. And it was so good to be there and to meet great people like Barbara and these great chefs who worked so closely, because it is a collaboration between us producers and growers and farmers with chefs, because they are the ones who get our products out there and use our products. And it was a huge occasion, and it will be of great benefit to all of in the future.
Well, that is great to hear, and well done to all concerned. Siobhán, thank you very much. Siobhán Ní Gharbaith there, who was at the awards, and a real opportunity to showcase Irish cheese. And congratulations again to Doonaha's Barbara Nealon, whose restaurant St Francis Provisions in Kinsale and Cork won the Michelin Service Award.